Guys, it's Sarah, your Director of Sales for Green Compass. If this is your first training video, then welcome and kudos to you for taking the time to watch this. I hope you find it valuable. Today I want to talk to you guys about price versus value, price versus perceived value. And it's very fascinating how people make their buying decisions and based on what's important to them. And so I wanted to just give you a little insight and maybe help shift your paradigm a little bit about the two differences between price and value. So I'm going to start by telling you a little story. It's a true story. This actually happened. Some of the details are a little fuzzy, but I'm going to do my best. So there was a group of entrepreneurs and they were all at a conference, and the person speaking wanted to teach them a little lesson about perceived value. So he held up a $100 bill and said, okay, we're going to do a live auction. How many people in this room want to participate in this auction? We're going to auction off a real $100 bill. So somebody's going to get it, whatever the price that the auction ends, that person's going to pay for it. Okay, so we're going to start the bidding at 20 bucks. And if you can imagine, about half of the room raised their hand. Now I want to stop and point out for a second, that's interesting to me. So only half the people in the room were willing to pay $20 for a $100 bill. And why do you think that is? Because in their mind, they're thinking, okay, either this is stupid or I'm not going to win it anyway, so I'm not even going to participate, or they just otherwise weren't engaged for whatever reason. Getting that $100 wasn't that important to them. And I want you to think about that in your business as well. Sometimes people will join Green Compass, but for whatever reason, they don't engage. And you might be thinking like, why wouldn't you do this? Like, this is crazy. This is great money. It's great product. It's a great benefit to everyone. Like, why would you spend the money to purchase a business kit and then not do anything with it? But sometimes, psychologically, just isn't that important to them. And that's okay. Your job's not to try to convince them that it should be or to reprimand them that it's not. It's like, let's call a spade a spade. If someone's not engaging, and they have the information, you've given them the tools and the resources to be successful. They're plugged into Facebook, they're plugged into the training, the app, the program, and they just don't do anything with it. That's okay. You don't want to be banging your head against the wall trying to get blood out of a turnip, right? You say, okay, and we can let them go at their pace or not at all. Some people, their pace is just not, and that's okay. All right, back to my story. So about half the room raised their hand. Okay, I'll do 20 bucks for the $100 bill. And then as the bidding goes, people start dropping off. $75, less people raising their hand. $100, there's still several people raising their hand. Now it starts going over $100. People are still raising their hand. Then the auctioneer says, okay, what if I have this $100 bill put in a really nice frame and I'll sign it for you? 120, 150. What if it was signed by Michael Jordan? 200. 300, so on and so on. What if it came with several other autographs and it came in a gold frame? People raising their hand until finally it was down to 2 people. And interestingly, psychologically, these 2 people are now betting against themselves, right? Because if they don't get the $100 bill, then all of a sudden they've lost. Right? Even though the amount is way more valuable, they feel like there's a sense of loss there. If they don't continue to bid, that means they lost it to the other person. It's all psychological, right? Because it's a $100 bill. If you were to take it to the store, you could get $100 worth of goods for it. It doesn't matter who signed it or what kind of a frame it's in. Do you guys know that that $100 bill went for over $1 million? True story. Because the perceived value shifted. Now it's not just a $100 bill. It's a $100 bill that they got at this conference. It's a $100 bill that's signed by all these famous people. It's a $100 bill that's in a nice gold frame. Isn't that interesting? People will pay for what's important to them. People make their buying decisions emotionally on what's important to them. It's all about perceived value. Let me give you a couple of other examples. At Barron's auction, there was a $1,000 bill from the 1800s that went for $2.4 million. It was a $1,000 bill, but the value of it being old and rare, somebody wanted to pay $2.4 million for it. One of the original pennies from the original penny run went for over 100 million times its value. a penny because the person who bought it saw the perceived value. It was important to them to have something that was so rare and old and valuable. Let's just take it down to more practical examples. Okay, organic food. Why is organic food cost more at the grocery store than non-organic? Why would somebody pay $3 for their broccoli when someone else is paying 89 cents? Because the person who wants organic food is willing to pay for it because being organic is important to them. Art. Sometimes art looks like someone just threw some paint on a canvas and you're thinking to yourself, I could paint that. But it goes for tens of thousands of dollars because there's perceived value on who painted it, when it was painted, right? Cars, anything. Shoes. Someone might look at a person who values shoes and say, I would never pay $1,000 for a pair of stilettos. Why other people are like, I would pay $1,000 for stilettos all day long because it's the perceived value of maybe where they were made, how they were made, what the label is on them or whatever, what's important to them. Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? So it's never about price. If you're focused on price, you've already lost. Because there's, on the other side of that, there's people who they don't care how good it is. If it's not important to them, then they won't pay for it, right? Just like back at the auction, I won't pay $20 for a $100 bill. Take it to our CBD. There are people that it's really important to them, how it's made, who makes it, where it's from, the ingredients, all of that. And they're willing to pay for it. And there are other people who just don't care about CBD, don't value that, aren't maybe into health and wellness at all, or maybe just don't want any part of it. It doesn't matter how inexpensive it is. They're not going to pay for it. I oftentimes use the example of my mom. She doesn't even turn the heat on in her house. It's so cold in there because she doesn't want to pay the heat bill because it like just turns her stomach to have to pay for heat. But yet she'll go on extravagant vacations because that's what's important to her. So I want to look at some of the things that we have in our program and with our products that are valuable to people, that are going to raise the perceived value. Because as you're out there selling your CBD and your business opportunity, you are building value into it, okay? So for example, experienced farmers, that's going to be important to some people. It's not just a couple of guys that had some land and said, you know what, let's start growing some hemp. Let's see how this thing turns out. These are 6th generation experienced farmers who know what they're doing and are very well respected in the farming community. Vertical integration, the fact that we have control over it from the seed till it shows up at your door, that's important to people. We're not just out there buying product from somebody else and slapping a Green Compass label on it. That's valuable to people. The quality standards, you guys, that's not just window dressing. That's really important to us. That's at the core of who we are. It's on our packaging. It's on our website. It's in our story. The founders didn't want to just go get some hemp and see what they could do with it. They really wanted to be able to provide quality CBD products to the community, to the country, and going forward internationally. So every step of the process is really scrutinized for quality. They're real people, not just a big corporation. You guys know the founders. You've seen them on the website. Some of you have talked to them in person at events, and you will see them out and about as we grow and do more events. They're real people just like you and I that have a passion for helping people feel better and live better. That's going to be important to people. It's convenient. It shows up at your door. You can auto deliver it so that it shows up monthly. When you run out, your new bottle's arriving. Gosh, how convenient is that? Wouldn't it be nice to do that with some other things? Like how many times have you been go to get a bowl of cereal and you're like, I have no milk. It would sure be nice if it would show up at my doorstep. Or running out of toothpaste or something like that. It's just nice to be able to know that it's taken care of and it shows up at your door. You don't have to go out and get it. You don't have to look for it. You don't have to remember it when you're at the store. That is going to be valuable to people. Discounts. We offer our customers and advocates discounts. That's valuable to people. You can go get CBD at other places, but when you get it with Green Compass, you have the opportunity to engage in a discount program. That is valuable. Also, buying from and supporting your friends. Statistically, people like to buy from who they like, know, and trust. So instead of watching somebody on TV say how great this product is, when your friends are using it and they're saying, oh my goodness, I feel so much better as a result of using this CBD, or I'm having such a great time as an advocate, I'm making money, I'm having fun, I'm learning a lot. That's valuable. I want to support my friends. I want to engage in things my friends are engaging in. I trust my friends' opinion. So that's valuable. Also, we have a money back guarantee. So if someone purchases our product and isn't satisfied with it, they have the opportunity to return it for a refund. Now, I know that's not going to happen very often, but we do have that. So for whatever reason, someone just cannot stand the taste of that mint, they can return it. Or for whatever reason, they find themselves not using it or not enjoying it for whatever reason, they have the opportunity to return it. That is valuable to people. Also, to have the ability to get paid for sharing. We talked about in some of our other videos that we're out there sharing all day long anyway, whether it's a restaurant, a movie, a good mascara, a diet program, a good realtor, whatever. Things that we enjoy in our life, we tend to share with our friends. It comes up in conversation. And so if you're going to be using CBD and experiencing great results, why not get compensated for sharing it with your friends and family? That is definitely valuable to people. So those are a lot of reasons that I just shared on what is going to increase the value of Green Compass. So it doesn't matter how much it is, because cost is really irrelevant, right? It is, because you're either going to purchase it at retail, okay? You're going to purchase it at discount, even better. And if for whatever reason you don't find the value in it, then you get your money back. So it really doesn't matter how much it is anyway. But just so you know, we're really moderately priced in the industry based on other companies that are doing what we do. But we have all these other reasons that build value into Green Compass that differentiate us from some of the other companies. So I just want you guys to think about that when you're out and about, and if you get that objection about, wow, why would I spend $67 on a tincture when I can go down to this store and get it for $35? And my answer is, well, sure, you can. You absolutely can. But I guess that just raises the question if you're more concerned about price or quality. Or are you more concerned about price or benefits? And like I said in the beginning, some people, doesn't matter. They're not going to pay $35 for it either. But people who really want to feel better, live better, support their friends, support their community, support grown and sourced in the USA, that's all going to raise the value. So don't get stuck on how much a tincture is, how much topical is. Really, when you're out there sharing, share the benefits of Green Compass, what it can do for them, how they're going to feel, and the rewards that they're going to engage in should they choose to become an advocate. So I hope this helps you guys. It really is important to me that we shift that paradigm and understand that people are going to spend money on what's important to them. It's not up to us to judge what that is or isn't. Our job is just to offer. And if we really believe in what we're sharing, we believe in the product and we believe in the company, we're going to find like-minded people who believe in it also. And together, we're going to be able to change a lot of lives. So thanks for listening and have a great day.